Extracting information is a pretty helpful feature in Power BI Desktop. The extract feature can be found here in the transform ribbon in the text column area, because extracting only works with data formatted as text. If you click onto this, you see that you can extract information in different ways. You can extract by the length, the first, the last characters, a specific range, and so on. Now, if we look at the data we have in here, then we see that the thing most of our data have in common is the delimiter. So the delimiter here, which could be our dash. This doesn't apply to this 100 plus here. We could tackle this separately. But for all our other data, if we could extract the information before or ahead of our delimiter, this would be very helpful. Let's try this now by going to extract and then say text before delimiter. Our delimiter here is the dash, which we can simply enter. And now if we do this, we see that we have almost what we want. We have our information here, so only these numbers. The 100 plus could be replaced, this would work, and then we could format this information as number. And the problem here though is that with the extract feature, we lose our initial values. As you can see, the actual age group values we had, so this range, is lost. Therefore, extract is a good option to achieve what we want here, but not always the perfect one, especially if you want to keep the initial column. What can you do here? Well, first you can of course undo this step, and then simply copy or duplicate this column. So if you select it again, the age group column, go to the Add Column ribbon, and there select Duplicate Column. If you do this, you see we get a copy of the age group column at the end of our table, which we could quickly rename to age group minimum maybe, like this. And then we could again apply our extract option, transform and extract. Now we'll again go with the text before the delimiter, select it, add the dash, and confirm this. With this in place, we are almost done. The only thing we have to do right now is we have to click on to the 100 plus, because 100 plus, again, if we would change the format to a whole number, would lead to an error. And we of course want to avoid errors. Therefore, let's select this, right click it, replace values, and replace 100 plus with 100. If we confirm this, we have a prepared age group min column here. And this means we can now simply click onto this button, turn it into a whole number, and now we have our data in here. This is one approach how to achieve this. In addition to extract, we have another option though. This other option can also be found in the transform ribbon, and this option is called split column. As the name indicates, in contrast to extract, which extracts information from the existing column and then only keeps this extracted information, split column divides our existing column into, well, multiple other columns. If we go back to our age group column here and select it and go to split column, we see similar options. Again, we can split by delimiter, by the number of character. We can also split by the position at the point where the characters change from uppercase to lowercase, and so on. But generally, we could again use our delimiter feature. If we do this, we can again define a custom delimiter, which is automatically set for us here in this case. Then we can define if we want to split only at the leftmost occurrence of this delimiter, at the rightmost, or at each occurrence of the delimiter. Because we might have situations where this delimiter, well, occurs multiple times, and this would create then a new column each time we see this delimiter. The quote character here can be set. In our case, this is not required, so we can set this to none. And by pressing OK now, we see that we have the same result that we had before with the extract feature, for the first column, but we now also have the second column here. Here with a null value because 100 plus, well, doesn't have a maximum value, but still this would keep our other values without losing these immediately. What we can do now is, of course, we can now again right click onto 100 plus here, replace the values with 100 only, confirm this. And with this, we have a cleaned column also here, whilst at the same time keeping the remaining values that we had in the corresponding fields. In our case though, we don't need this second column actually. I just wanted to demonstrate you the difference between split and extract. Therefore, we can delete this column now, like this. And we can also delete our age group 1 column that we just created. So let's right click it and remove it too. And now we only keep the age group minimum up here and maybe drag it to this position here, or maybe ahead of the gender even, like this. With that, we learned how to extract data and how to split columns, but still we have the problem that our initial order of the data is not back yet. So we still have the problem that we have a list of all our countries and not a list of a country, a year, and a corresponding age group, and then the next country. With our new age group column though, we can now change this quickly. Because if we now follow the right order to apply our sorting, then we should have the initial order back. First, I want to sort by the different age groups. So let's get started to sort these ascending. So starting from the smallest age group, step 1. As a second filter, I want to filter by the different years. So we go to the year column here and also sort the data in this column ascending. Now you see next to the filter here that we have the order applied and that this is the first filter set, so to say, the first ordering logic. And there we have the second order logic. With this we have now all the age groups sorted and the years. And now I want to have the, well, country sorted. So each country for the corresponding year and the corresponding age group. Therefore, we click the filter in the country column and also sort ascending here. And if we thought this through correctly, then this should work. And as you can see, this indeed worked. We are now back in the initial state here. We see that this is the third sorting applied right here, so you must be careful about the order of your sortings. If you would first sort the country, then the age group and the year, for example, this would lead to totally different results. You can try this on your own if you want to. Now, to conclude these two lectures about sorting and about extracting values and splitting columns, we can also quickly fix our gender column here, because adding the population ahead of each gender is kind of redundant. In here, we only need the female or male definition. Therefore, we can now click this column and select which option. Extract is the right one here, because with extract, we only get the required value back. Therefore, we go to transform here to the extract area. And now we extract not before the delimiter, but after the delimiter this time. If we do this now and add the dash again as delimiter, oops, not the dot, the dash here, we should only have female or male in our gender column. Let's see if this works by confirming this. And indeed, we only have the gender back as the final value. So these were some important steps towards a finished dataset again, but we are not done yet.